I'd like to share with you a metaphor from Zen Buddhism, which may be really, really helpful for you. If you've been kind of trying to navigate this whole world of spirituality and all the different kinds of spiritual teachings, this could really simplify things for you. I know when I really got this, it was life-changing for me. It helped me make so much sense of spirituality, non-duality, all the seemingly conflicting things that all the different spiritual teachers were saying. So, imagine you are standing on a rock behind a waterfall. So if you look in front of you, there is this amazing waterfall, and it's flowing downwards, and it's fast, and it's noisy, and it's chaotic. And in this metaphor, the waterfall represents the world of form, the ever-changing world of thoughts, sensations, feelings, joy, grief, confusion, clarity, boredom, excitement, always moving through you. Like literally, like feels like a waterfall sometimes, doesn't it? This is the world of duality. This is the world of ever-changing form. And on some level, it's uncontrollable, it's chaotic, it's noisy. And you can really end up drowning in it. If you stay too long under that waterfall, if you lose your footing, in a sense, on the rock, you will drown. So, in front of you is this amazing waterfall, full of life, full of chaos, and then you look down under your feet. And what do you see? What do you feel? Is this rock, this ancient stability, and the rock is, unlike the waterfall. In contrast with the waterfall, it never changes. It's formless. It represents the formless aspect of your moment by moment experience. It represents that part of you that never changes, that never comes and goes, and you can call it awareness. You can call it consciousness, you can call it your true self, you can call it by many names. The names don't really matter. The names are part of the waterfall, actually. And so then, an astute spiritual seeker, someone who really wants the truth, might ask, okay, well then, which aspect of my experience is real? Is it the awareness, the rock, or is it everything that arises in awareness, the thoughts, sensations, feelings, the joy, the grief? Which one's real? And so different spiritual teachers from different spiritual traditions, and also different philosophers actually, will give you different answers. Some teachers will say, no, the rock is the only reality. The rock is who you really are. The rock is real. The waterfall, the world of form, the world of the ever-changing, is an illusion. It's not really real. Don't make your home there. Some teachers may even go further, that the waterfall is to be bypassed, it's to be dismissed, it's to be ignored. Ignore the waterfall. Rest as the rock, rest as awareness. Right. Other teachers, say those from more kind of tantric traditions, may say, no, actually, the waterfall is the reality. Go more deeply into the waterfall. Find your home in the waterfall. There may be a dismissal of the rock. So so this is why spirituality just kicked something. That's waterfall, right? This is why spirituality can be so confusing. Which is real? The rock or the waterfall? The formless or the form? Which one is which? Where can I find my home? Which one is God? So the truth. This is what I discovered, and that this was kind of changed my life. This discovery, and maybe this discovery will touch you, will help you too. It's like the mind wants to know, the dualistic mind. Is it that one or that one? Is it the rock or the waterfall? And what I would say, that's actually the wrong question. Which is real? The awareness or everything that arises in awareness? That creates a false duality, a false division, a false dichotomy. The answer is not one or the other. The answer is, it's a more living truth. It's not a conceptual truth. It's not a dogma. The truth is in the dance in between the rock and the waterfall. You need both. In a deeper sense, you are both. You're all of it. You're all of it. So what does that look like, just in practical terms? What does that look like on the ground? It means that in certain moments of your life, the medicine that you need will be, in some moments, leaning more into the waterfall. In some moments, you're going to need to go more into your experience, more into your feelings. You're going to need to feel that joy more deeply. You're going to need to feel that grief more deeply. You're going to need to do some inner child work, or go to therapy. You're going to need to process the forms, process the feelings, process the urges, process the waterfall, in a sense. You're going to need to go more deeply into the waterfall. That could be really healing in some moments of your life. That could be the medicine you need. In other moments of your life, what you're going to find is that you're so immersed in the waterfall. You've gone too far into the waterfall. You start to feel overwhelmed with thoughts, sensations, feelings, overwhelmed with the forms of this world, overwhelmed with the chaos, with the drama. And in those moments, what might be the medicine for you is to lean back, not to lean forwards into the material, but to lean back into the timelessness of the rock, to lean back into awareness, to lean back into that still, silent, unchanging, timeless place that isn't actually involved in the world of form. It's not involved in the waterfall. But there's a danger here. And there's two extremes you can fall into. Right? And I have certainly fallen into both extremes in my time. You become too identified with the waterfall. You lean too much for too long into the waterfall. You're going to drown. You're going to lose contact with the rock. You're going to lose contact with that stability, with that presence, with that stillness, with that silence, with the unchanging aspect of your experience. You're going to drown in the world of form, in the world of duality. The other extreme is that you lean for too long, too far into the rock. You become too identified with the rock. And I know this is where I landed for many years. I am the rock. I am untouchable. The waterfall isn't real. Thoughts, sensations, feelings, the human experience, human pain, human trauma, deep human feeling, deep human vulnerability, that's not really real. I'm going to bypass that. I'm going to push that away. I'm going to dismiss it and rest as awareness. I am not the form. I am not the feelings. I am not the thoughts. There's that kind of netty approach. And you go too far that way, and you kind of become cold and dead and lifeless and detached from your humanity, and you lose compassion. And I've talked about this a lot, and I see a lot of people in the world of Advaita, non-duality, those kinds of more masculine, you might say, traditions, falling into that cold, like robotic place. They end up bypassing their humanity. They bypass their deep feelings. They don't face their deep human trauma that we all carry. Too identified with the rock, too identified with awareness. I am pure awareness. I am pure awareness. And that's a resting place. It's a landing place. It's a conceptual landing place. It's a dogma. Both extremes become dogmatic. And ultimately, we're never going to find peace. We're never going to find true rest. We're never going to find compassion. We're never going to find true love. We're never going to find what we truly seek in dogma, in those either extremes. So the living truth, because the truth is a living truth, it can't be found in dogmas, it can't be found in books, in even the most clever philosophies, even non-duality, which is a beautiful philosophy. The truth is more alive than all of that. The truth is in the dance. It's in the dance between the rock and the waterfall. In some moments, leaning more into the waterfall, experiencing more of your humanity. In other moments, leaning back into the stillness, the peace, that ultimate stability that untouched clarity of the rock. But the freedom and the joy and the juice is in not getting stuck in either direction. There is safety, there is joy, there is life in being flexible, dancing in between the rock and the waterfall, and coming to understand on a deeper level that it's not one or the other, it's you are both. You're all of it. You're all of it. That ultimately awareness is not separate from all that rises in awareness. It's intimate, and this is kind of where the metaphor starts to break down. So that ultimately the rock is not separate from the waterfall. We shouldn't really think of these two things as separate. The metaphor is helpful up until a point to help you have all these realizations, but at some point you realize, no, it's I'm all of it. All of it. The awareness and everything that arises in the intimacy of that awareness. And then it's just like, well, you welcome everything. You know, the joy, the grief, the anger, the boredom, the clarity, the hope, the despair. All of humanity moves through you. And what a wonderful paradox. Wonderful paradox that you are both at the same time. You can hold both at the same time. In the very same moment, simultaneously, there is that vast expanse of untouched awareness, that formless space. But it's full. Emptiness is form. Form is none other than emptiness. That the emptiness is full of life. It's full of thoughts, sensations, feelings, ever-changing waves of joy, waves of sorrow, and once you realize that you are all of it and it all belongs, and you can begin to welcome all of it and love all of it. And it's like, you know, I used to be so stuck in the rock, so identified with the rock. I was completely the rock. But I look back and I realize I was numb, I was dead, I was lifeless, I was detached, I was arrogant. Too much rock breeds arrogance, it breeds narcissism. You lose your compassion, which is found in your deep connection with the waterfall. So it's so wonderful these days that whole thing cracked open for me. And these days I am the rock. I want to sing that Paul Simon song. Simon and Garfunkel, I am a rock, I am an island. Yeah, exactly, like too much rock and you become an island, disconnected. So I think that this is where like the more non-dual traditions and the more tantric traditions kind of come together. They meet in the dance, the dance. For me, the answer is not a conceptual thing. It's not a head thing. It's a heart thing. It's the dance. It's the dance. So not this, not that, but this glorious, never-ending, unresolved dance in between. And ultimately it's not even in between, because you are all of it. It's all happening within you. So this is just a little bit of encouragement to not get stuck in either extremes, but to find that glorious middle way, which is not a dead thing. It's an alive, moment by moment dance. So this is just a little encouragement to. This is a long video about something very simple, encouraging you to dance, to stop trying to understand it with your head, and just to dance in this wonderful paradox. Dance with the paradoxes. Dance with the paradoxes. Thank you so much. I hope this video was helpful. Lots of love to you all. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or follow or whatever the option is. I'll be making more of these videos as the inspiration arises. So lots of love to you all, and bless you. Thank you.